Sometimes I wake up and just sit there for a minute doing absolutely nothing. No phone, no music, just me, and that weird silence that exists before the day really starts. It's like the world hasn't noticed I'm awake yet. I kind of like that moment. It's like my own private space before everything starts asking for my attention. I make some coffee. Usually too strong because I always forget how much I actually need, and then I just watch the steam rise from the cup. There's something peaceful about it, Like no matter how messy life gets, coffee steam is always calm. And then my brain starts wandering, like, why do I keep setting alarms I never respect? Or why does time move faster on weekends and slower when I'm waiting for food delivery? It's unfair. Sometimes I think life is just a bunch of small moments pretending to be big ones. We stress about deadlines, messages, plans, but at the end of the day, it's the little things that actually stay in our head, like that one random song you hear while walking to the store, or that stranger who smiled at you for no reason. It's weird how those tiny things stick. Maybe that's what we're supposed to pay more attention to. I've been trying to slow down lately, not in a lazy way, just in a stop sprinting through everything way. Like, I used to feel guilty for resting. Now, I try to see rest as a skill. Because honestly, being calm when everything else is loud feels like a superpower. And I've noticed that when I stop rushing, I actually notice more good stuff around me. The sky looks cooler. People seem funnier. Even food tastes better. Maybe happiness isn't some huge goal. Maybe it's just being present enough to enjoy breakfast. Social media messes that up though, right? You open one app and suddenly it's 2 hours later and you've watched 17 videos of raccoons cooking or something. Don't get me wrong, I love raccoons, but after that I'm like, what just happened? My brain feels full but empty at the same time. It's like eating chips. Crunchy, but no nutrients. I try to take small breaks now. Just putting the phone away for an hour feels like rebooting the system. It's weirdly refreshing. And I don't know if it's just me, but sometimes doing nothing is exactly what I need to feel like myself again. Just lying there, staring at the ceiling and letting thoughts wander without trying to control them. It's not wasted time. It's like letting your brain breathe. Some of my best ideas show up when I'm not looking for them, usually in the shower or right before sleep, which is super inconvenient because I can never remember them the next day. But yeah, I think we all take things a little too seriously sometimes. Like, half the stuff we worry about probably won't even matter in a year. I try to remind myself of that when I start overthinking. Just zoom out. Life's too short to spend it mentally debating what someone meant by a text message from 3 days ago. Anyway, I guess what I'm trying to say is that it's okay to slow down, to not have everything figured out, to have messy days, lazy mornings, weird thoughts. We're all just kind of figuring it out as we go. And maybe that's the beauty of it, the not knowing. Life's not a race. It's just a really long, slightly confusing walk with good coffee and bad Wi-Fi. So yeah, take your time, breathe, laugh at dumb things, and remember that being chill is not the same as not caring. It's just knowing that most things will be okay eventually. You ever notice how everyone's in such a hurry to be somewhere, but no one really knows where there is? Like we all have this invisible finish line we're running toward, but nobody's sure who set it or what happens when we cross it. Maybe that's why people get burned out so fast, chasing something they can't even define. I used to think success was about getting everything done as fast as possible, but now I think it's more about doing the right things slowly, taking time to actually feel them. The older I get, the more I realize how much I used to ignore simple stuff, like sunsets. I mean, they happen every day, and yet most of the time we're too busy looking at screens to notice the sky literally changing colors for free. Sometimes I just sit outside and watch the light fade. It's like nature reminding you that endings can be beautiful too. And people are fascinating. Everyone's got their own little world in their head, their own worries, jokes, memories. Sometimes when I'm in a crowd, I just look around and think, all these people are living entire lives I'll never know about. It makes the world feel huge but also kind of cozy. We're all weirdly connected by being lost in the same chaos. I think that's why conversations matter so much. Real ones, not just quick how are yous that mean, I'm in a hurry. When you actually sit down with someone and talk, like really talk, time slows down in a good way. You remember that other people are just as confused as you are, just trying to make sense of things. There's comfort in that. Lately, I've been trying to care less about being impressive and more about being genuine. Like, I don't need to look successful. I want to feel peaceful. There's a big difference. You can have everything people admire and still feel like something's missing. But when you're calm with yourself, even the quiet moments feel rich. It's funny how peace isn't something you find. It's something you stop fighting. We spend so much time chasing happiness when half the time it's just waiting for us to slow down enough to notice it. Maybe that's the trick. Stop running, start noticing. Anyway, that's my little thought spiral for today. Nothing special. Just random reflections from a dude drinking lukewarm coffee and trying to make sense of things. If you're listening to this, I hope you take a minute after this ends to just breathe, look around, and realize that even if life feels chaotic, you're doing fine. You really are. Sometimes I think about how strange it is that we're all living in memories we haven't even made yet. Like right now, this moment, this exact second, one day it'll just be a small thing your brain randomly brings up while you're washing dishes. Oh yeah, I remember that morning. It felt nice. That thought alone makes me want to pay more attention to the present. Because the present is basically the raw material of your future nostalgia. It's kind of beautiful, isn't it? The idea that even the boring days matter. The walks to the store, the late-night talks, the moments when nothing big happens. Those are the things that quietly build a life. The big events, the milestones, they're cool, but they're like punctuation. The meaning is in the sentences between them. I also try to remind myself that not everything needs to make sense right away. Some things only make sense years later when you look back and realize why it had to happen that way. Life's not a puzzle with missing pieces. It's just one of those pictures that only looks clear when you step back far enough. So, if you're confused right now, that's fine. It means you're in the middle of building the story. And honestly, I think it's okay to not always be chasing improvement. There's a weird pressure to constantly optimize yourself, your routine, your habits, your productivity. But maybe some days aren't for optimizing. Maybe they're for existing, just being, making tea, watching the sky, listening to a song you've heard 100 times before and still liking it. There's something quietly powerful about letting yourself be ordinary for a while, Because I think peace isn't found in doing more. It's found in wanting less. Wanting less noise, less rush, less pretending. Just being okay with where you are, even if it's not perfect. Especially if it's not perfect. That's where real peace lives, somewhere between acceptance and curiosity. So yeah, if no one told you today, you don't have to figure everything out. You don't need to be extraordinary every single day. You just need to show up as yourself, breathe a little deeper, and maybe smile at something small. The world moves fast enough already. You don't have to.